I am super excited to make this video and open up some of these new cars that I found. I haven't found any in a long time that I really liked, and I think it has a lot to do with me not looking. But the last video that I made and looking at the collection that I have and putting some together in the cases, I kind of saw that there were some gaps that I wanted to fill, and I knew that there were some out there that I kind of liked and had put off buying, and we're going to take a look at that. I think the day that I recorded the video, I talked about this treasure hunt. I saw this on the shelf. It was at a dollar store in Canada. I live in Canada. I found it at Dollarama in Canada, and it was just sitting on the front of the peg. And I've always wanted to get the Asada, the taco car. I always wanted to get it, and I put it off. I said, but the colors on this one, I mean, it's got the primary colors. It's something that I really like. All right, something about my collection. If you're new to my channel, I like the fun cars. The cars basically they make for kids, the ones that not necessarily you're going to see in the collector videos. I like the Experimotors and the art cars, and we're going to see a lot of that today. Pete Mondrian cars. We're going to be looking at those today. I brought out some of my old collection. I'm going to think about opening them, but I am going to open up most of these, I believe. And we're going to put some things away, and we're going to look at the collection, and we're going to fill in the blanks. And we're also going to do kind of a part two of what happened I don't know if it was last week or the last video where I opened up some new cars, and I saw that I saw some similarities. So it seems like that's why I got so excited, because my whole collection seems to be coming together, and it really matched. I noticed that some of the new cars that I picked up were the same as some of the cars that I had before. They were just redecos, so it kind of assures me, and it showed me that I really do like the same things. And I have a genre. I have specific cars that I like, and I know what I like, and I like them. So I guess let me move some of this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna have to reference these boxes all the time as we get into this, but I guess I could start with showing you what I have. And then there's some old collections that I brought out to incorporate into this video, because like I said, we're bringing up some old memories and some old parts of my collection. So I think that the first cars that I found recently, did I mention I haven't found anything that I really liked in a long time? Oh yeah, and I did. And it might be because I haven't been looking. It might be because they haven't been showing up in Canada, and it's been really hard to find new ones, and it just wasn't worth it. And then I'm seeing all of the old men, they're my age, run into the bins and going through them and taking all the treasure hunts and whatever's in here. Anyway, I'm not after the kind of cars that they're after anyway. I'm after something like this. Now, I find it weird that this wasn't under Experimotors and they put it under Hot Wheels Metro. I think it's the first release. I'm pretty sure it's the first release of this. I googled it to make sure when I found it, because I thought it was the coolest thing. It's stackable, which is why I had to buy 3 of them. So it's the Cone Shaker, and when I googled it, I saw a blue version, but I think it was just a prototype from a video or something where they were showing this. But I guess I could show the card a little bit better before I crack it open. I had to buy 3 because the last time I did this is a bin of rejects. I opened these, I think, around Christmas. I opened up one car every day. And I pulled out the ones that in the end I didn't really like, which I thought I could do without in my collection. So they're ones that I kind of like they're all 80s. Some of them are kind of translucent and stuff. Like, I kind of like this one, but there's so much, when I'm looking at it in the camera, it looks better than in person. I don't like too much detail, which you're gonna see coming up, but I really like the 80s, 90s colors on this one. This one comes in a variant where they have different guys in the cars holding up the arms. I don't know why the 3 that I have aren't variant, maybe because it was the first release of this. Anyway, the last time there was like a connecting one, ones that worked together. I had to buy 3 of them at least, because in threes is kind of the best thing to do. It really shows how to connect something. Oh, I didn't bring over my jar of nugget cars. That's later in the video anyway. Okay, so I had to buy 3 of these because they go together. Now that I have this, these might have to come out of this box, and I might start appreciating them. They might have to go into another box. Out of all of these cars, so I was looking through them and was like, yeah, I don't really need any of these other cars. Oh, this one's kind of cool too. This one, the top comes off. Anyone that has movable parts or that can transform, or you can take the top part off of it, I love that. I don't like the deco on this one though, so a lot has to do with it. Anyway, this one I also really, really like. This must be an Experimotor, and it works as a wrench. And so out of all of these ones, I kind of want to keep this. I'm going to have to research this one. This is an older car. I know that they used to make this a lot. Probably was one of the first Experimotors or something. It says 2009 on it. So I'm probably, yeah, I would want to get all of the decos of it, and it would be impossible. I would never think about getting older cars because they'd just be too hard to track down and they would cost too much money. It's more fun just to collect the new ones, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to open up the 3 of these. We're going to examine this pylon car, which is called the Cone Shaker. In the States, do you guys call these pylons, or maybe you just call them cones? But check that out. It's got a hollow bottom. It's really kind of cute. It reminds me of a car that I did see. Man, I'm going to be all over the place in this video. Cars that move back and forth. I saw a preview of upcoming cars, and there are a couple of them. I talked about them last time in my video, where when you roll them, they move. We do have some of that going on here, but because of those, I have been back interested into the ones that move, and it kind of looks like one of those tiny little cars. You can see that it's like a racer, and he's got this helmet on inside, and it is just a cone, and it's just this tiny little mini metro tuned car too. But I got them. I like the colors on it, and we have to stack it. So let me pull out all 3, and maybe I should get one of my bases. I can stack that up there on the shelf and check that out. See how that works. So you can see that, yeah, I could not pass that by, and I couldn't just do 2. Even though it was probably an option. Like, you can spin it around like so. That would be cool to put this on a racetrack when it was doubled up, to see what would happen. What would happen if this went around a loop? Maybe I better get out my track and we better do videos like that. Anyway, that is really cool. It's 1 car, but it's 3 cars in one. It could be cool to put 5 high. You know what, if I find some of these, sometimes you find them at the discount store. This is a car that not many people are probably gonna get. That looks really cool. I love it. There is no regrets there. Let's go into this. So then, let's talk about this one. So I found this one, and I know that I have a Pete Mondrian collection, and I think I'm missing 3. I think there were some ones that were earlier than when I even started collecting Hot Wheels. But this one I saw, and I passed this one by a few times, and I didn't understand why I passed it by, but I understand now why, because when I found it again, I said, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to add it to my Pete Mondrian collection, because I collect crushed cars, And of course, and I collect the Pete Mondrian cars, the ones that are inspired by his artwork. He's an artist. He makes these blocked stuff. I wasn't supposed to show you those yet. I wanted to show you the crushed cars. So I collect the crush cars, and I collect the Pete Mondrian cars. And when they did a collaboration, or when they did a mashup, not a collaboration, of both, of course I had to get these, and they came in 2 colors, which is very common for when they're doing this deco. Usually it's just the primary colors for this, and I had this empty space. Now we have these crushed cars, and they came out in solid colors, and they came out in, I really am all over the place, but stay with me. There's method to my madness here. There's connection to all of this. The thing is, they are reissuing this. I have made many videos about these crushed cars because I like them. I really like these decoed ones, but this is when I discovered them, and later on, after that, I learned when I was Googling in this, I found out that they had initially put them out in solid colors. And this is the most common set of solid colors, but they also did them in a second variant of which I kind of left space for in this bin. But right now, I think they have this red color. They have, I don't know, I think it's this orange, this style. So there's 4 different styles. I think it's either one of the yellow or the orange. I think it's the orange that they made in red, but they did do all of these other cars in a different solid color. Now they do seem to reissue them. They always put them out with the monster trucks. Oh, and there's also ones that have come in other sets, but I mean, just the single card ones is the best I can do for completing my collection, because there was a special 5-pack, I believe, and I believe that there was also like a racetrack set that came with one of the crushed cars with a different deco, and that might have had the same deco. In fact, I don't know. Anyway, this is the connection here. I don't think, even though there is one that I can get, but I don't want to get just the one. I need to get all 4 if I'm going to get the second release of the solid colored ones. So I'm going to fill this up with my Pete Mondrian ones to match this, so this case can be fulfilled today. And why not do it with this? So back to this one. So I saw this one. Red is my favorite color, so it kind of made sense that this one, I had to buy this one, but this one I turned down. There's a time I thought I had stopped collecting Hot Wheels. I have way too many toys. I have way too many Hot Wheels. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of a lot of them and just donate them, or hopefully there's a children's hospital that I can just drop off the ones that I don't want. But I am really paying attention to the ones that I love. And as much as I didn't love this one and I passed it by, when I saw this one, because it's base red, I had to get it. Now there was one. Okay, so there's initially, I think the very first one, when I Googled it, it's because there's 3 that I don't have. So because I've never seen them before, I assume that they're before any of these other ones that I got. I know that this is a single because I Googled it, and I know that this truck came out in variant of 2 colors. So I have these, but I think that there's this other van. This, I don't know what it is. It's like a minivan or a work van, and it yellow. It was yellow based. I don't have a yellow based one, which would be really cool to have. Now they took some liberties with this, with the diagonals and things, but it's the same vibe. I mean, it's not as Mandrean as these ones are, but we're gonna open up all of these. We're gonna open up all. Are they gonna fit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got 5. I got 6 spaces, and I got 5 of these. And that's gonna be the collection. Hey, maybe I should get that one monster crushed car, and we can stick it in here. So anyway, let's look at these ones. Did I say? Oh yeah, so I had to go back and I had to find this one. I just found this one yesterday at Walmart after I found the newer version. So this newer collection, which we're going to get back to some of the newer stuff that I found recently, and then some of the older stuff that I didn't know about. And then, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Ooh, here could go quicker. Yeah. Should I talk about this one yet? No, we'll get to that in a second. Let's just start opening. So let's open these newer cars first, and then I'll open up the older Mondrians that Mondrian, Pete Mondrian in English. The card, I guess I showed you. What is this one card? This car is called the Vanster, and it's from the Hot Wheels art cars. I believe that these letters spell out something. I've never collected the whole collection. There's no movable pieces that would be printed up here if there were movable parts on here. It really does look like some stuff comes out. I love movable stuff, but I also love translucent stuff, and it's got quite a sunroof on this puppy, and you can see that there's, I don't know what's going on in there. There's some kind of mechanism, but you can look inside, and I love the art, and I love these wheels with the little notch too. That's pretty cool for probably for racing and rolling. You can see the wheels moving. Metal top, plastic bottom. It's either or. What's the date on this? 2022. So this must be the first time we saw this, but I'm going to have to... No, I think we've seen the Vanster before. I mean, it is 2025 right now, so I guess, yes, we have. But it's kind of cool. It's like, it's a kid van. It's like a fantasy van. What do they call the Hot Wheels stuff that they make up in-house? Anyway, it's going in the bin, and I guess I'll put it at the bottom, because it is newer. The weird thing about, I guess it's because they're metal tops, but they always flip over. I never made that correlation before, why some of my cars flip over. It must be the metal tops, because they're heavier. So it's really hard to display these. I can't wait till I have my collection really tamed down, so I'll be able to put these on a bookshelf like this, and I can pull them out carefully. I might also come up with some other kind of solution where I put some kind of like translucent filler in here, which will hold the cars better in joint. But I do love using these boxes. Again, I got these boxes at the Dollarama in Canada. They're a lot less expensive. They're cheaper than buying the ones on Amazon and stuff that people make. They're just craft boxes that have different segments, and I use them for all of my favorite toy collection. But see, that's looking really good in there. I don't know why I put that away so far though. Let me leave this case open. Let me push this stuff out of the way. I'm just gonna open up so many cars in this video. So many fun, awesome things. There's still a lot that I have to tell you, and hopefully I don't knock everything down. Okay, I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to open up the other one. I'm going to try to talk into the microphone, but not too close into the microphone. Oh, this was part of the Mandrean discussion. I had these ones. I got them kind of. I mean, this one's definitely... Yeah, I'm definitely based on him, but they purple based it instead of putting the black lines. And you know what? It's not good enough. And this one, I did really like it. I really like the color blocking on it. Kind of like a cross between that and some kind of 90s car going on in that. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at the Road Bandit right now, and I really like that that's a 69 Chevrolet. I mean, that's a beautiful old car, but I don't think it's gonna cut it. It's not as definitively. I mean, these ones kind of take some liberties too, but I think we're gonna have to stick with the red, white, and blue. Red, white, no, yellow, white, blue, red, and yellow color combinations for when I collect these. And I think that these ones are not good enough for my collection. I gotta pick and choose. So they stuck with the blue sunroof, which is kind of sad. It would have been cool to see the red sunroof on the blue one, just to contrast it a little bit more. Oh, it seems like the deck, oh, even the deco is exactly the same. Look, they didn't change that at all. The squares, but here they changed everything that's red to blue and everything that's blue to red. But on the top, they just used the exact same piece, so it's the exact same deco on there too. But I'm going to stick that down in the bottom. Let's match up the red with the blue. And really cool. That's going to fill in my box quite nicely. All right, let's get that stuff out of the way. Let's clean up my mess as we go. And let's check out this one. So I believe that they did this 72 Ford Ranchero. I think that they only made one of these. I think I Googled this and found that out. Again, it has a letter on the top. I knew the answer to this once. I think it spells something out. Every time it spells something different. Maybe with the art cars they do that with the, yeah. I have a Picasso one. I have a lot of art cars. I think I've done a video where I showed them really quickly, but I do have a pretty extensive art car collection because they seem to be favorites, but that's a single. So maybe I'll put that at the top, and I think it's I don't think it's the first one. I think that there's 3 others, like I said. Well, I'll just stick it up here for now. This is working out really well, though, because, again, we have the crossover between the Crush cars and these, and as much as I don't have everything, it's a good example. So here we have a 69 Chevy pickup, which you don't get a more classic car than that. And then we get this weird, cool, arty 60s deco on it, and we love that. I think Pete Mondrian was 60s. It looks very 60s. I'm very into pop arts. I like bright colors. This is why I like toys so much. I love primary colors, and I think that this is such a great toy for me to have. Look, T seems to be no N, T. These have T's. This has a V. So I don't know what's going on with the letters. I'm gonna have to do some research into that. I believe that they spell something when you line up all of the cars from the series, but these look so good. Oh, see, here's an example of them changing the translucent. So we've got the translucent yellow windshield, and then we've got the blue windshield. So something I definitely need is a yellow-based art car. So hopefully the next time they put one out, they'll give us some yellow deco. But by then, it seems like I'm going to have to separate these two collections, or maybe I'm going to have to stop. But if they make a redeco of it, then I don't know what we're going to do. Or maybe I can find the old art car redeco. Maybe I should look into that and find at least just the yellow one. I think that the 3, there's no way that they did 3 with the same car. It must be. I'm gonna get back to you on that. I'm gonna have to Google it, maybe see if I can find that yellow one to fill in the space. But anyway, this is a pretty sweet collection. Oh, if I'm doing red, blue, I better red, blue. Oh, but that's, here, I'll do it like this. Red, blue, red. See, and now if they make a blue version of something, I can stick it in there too. I'm sure I'll switch this up. Anyway, I love all of those cars. So I showed you those. I showed you my other crushed cars, which I've shown a million times. Do I have them going in the wrong direction? No, they've all flipped over because they have metal tops. But yeah, there we go. There's my full crushed car collection. It's pretty sweet. All right. Now I also have we might as well start at the top here. Oh yeah. Okay, there's so many segues and so many things to talk about here. Let's put this here. It's gonna fall over though. All right, we did our triplex. Let's go into this is a weird collection that I have. Okay, so things that I'm not. No. Let's relax here. Things that I'm not opening today are. Oh. I'm not going to open up this one today. Maybe I won't even open it. This feels like such a collector card. It was so hard for me to get. I know that the Hot Wheels guys would be all over this because it's a Transformers mashup. It's Bumblebee and it's gold. It looks like a treasure hunt. And it's not a treasure hunt. I've only found one of these. I guess I've only found one of these. I have a huge box of treasure hunts. So I'm going to hold off and think about opening this one. Do I really open it? Fast Foodies, that's another that I seem to get. Screen Times, that's another collection that I seem to get. These two we're not going to open today, but I'm excited about. This one we are going to open today. So it's another Screen Time, but I have a Mattel brand. Oh, are we going to do that crossover now? No. We're going to save that for later. We're going to talk about these two Mattel brand ones later, and we're going to open them. Oh, this one falls into that category too. All right, we'll do. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. So this one is an older one. It came out around the same time as the blue Pete Mondrian car, and I said, you know what? You're not. Let's stop getting Hot Wheels. You have so many Hot Wheels. You didn't open up so many, and we are going to open up some of the old collections. But this one, I don't know what these little circles are in here. It's called the High Roller 2, and I did see this in other decos recently too. But yeah, and I didn't like it. They kind of gave it a chrome body and stuff. Oh, and we're going to talk about that. But they made it was blue, and I think it had a chrome top, and it was supposed to be a nickel finish car. And I love the nickeled finished cars. In fact, I have a whole jar. I'm not going to go get it for this video. It's over there on the other side of the room, but it's a jar of keychain. I call them nugget cars. They have a legitimate name. I should have one in the case that I'm about to show you. Oh, luckily it's right on top. It's right here. But I have this black and white and silver collection. So mostly it was based on, again, an art car, but when they do it in opposite decos, and they did this one. So this is another, okay, this is another favorite car of mine. So this one, Day of the Dead kind of car, but it's also in black and white, and it also has a removable top. So this one is so cool. And they did this one, but its alternative color was in like a mint green or something. So nah. The Tesla truck. How do I feel about Elon Musk? I no, I don't, but it's a cool looking truck. A lot of people hate it. I think it looks like a fantasy car basically, and maybe not in real life. Yeah, you definitely look like a douchebag driving around in that thing. The thing is huge, but it's a cool fantasy car, and it looks cool and a little dinky. I think I have it with different wheels and stuff too. And then there was the original Braille car, which I know that they've put out many other versions of these. Evelyn, you've even sent me some of the other colors, or one other color of it, but a lot of it had the Braille car was amazing. The fact that it's a Braille car and it's got the texture. So this is I don't know if it must be an Experimotor, but it could be an art car too. But so cool that they put the Braille on it. But so I love that part, but also I love simple deco, and it's just in white or silver. And I think I opened up 2 of these because I didn't know that I opened up 2 of these. So that's why there's 2 in here, but I guess I would just choose one or take one. But we have this one, and I put off buying this, and I said, no, you don't want it. But you know what? I really do like it. I love those little holes. I don't know what they're supposed to represent. Yeah, if you know what that's all about. What's that? What's that logo? For a second I thought it might be a treasure hunt. No. High Roller 2. It looks like it does something. Because of those holes, it doesn't do anything. It just looks blocky and cool, and it's decoed simple in a pop arty black and white. So definitely something for this black and white silver showcase. I'm gonna have to go through my other art card collection. I might have some other black and whites that and silvers that would look really nice in this case, but these are definitely my favorite fun black, white, and silver. Yeah, that's a good looking mini collection for sure. I'm very happy with that. Okay. We're done with that. That can go out of the way. We're done with those. That can go out of the way. Let's throw that out of the way. This is the Mattel segue. Before we start talking about Mattel, and now I kind of forget. I talked about those cars later. I'll try to remember that. Those ones we're keeping for later. Those ones we're putting away. This one. So there's a lot of X-Racer talk that I want to talk about. So I found a redeco of this, and I think that they're redecoing my other one. So out of all of the X-Racers they put out this year, this was the only car. No, this truck and the car, I think, are the only two from the collection that I like, which is crazy. But X-Racers are hit and miss. And let's see if I can find that collection here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of. Oh, we have to open up that Monster High. That's coming. What's going on here? Oh, and that's going in there. That one's for later. This is this is the box that I'm looking for. So these two were the first two decos in the series. This one you can't even tell, which is kind of sad, but kind of not. But I like it. But as I was putting these in here, I noticed that I already have two of these same trucks in a different deco from the only X-Racers collection that I collect. No, it's not the only one, but it's one of the X-Racers collection. It was good. And also, you might have been here last week for when I opened up this one and I bought it and was like, I was questioning whether I wanted to buy this one. It has one of the coolest movable parts, where you can pull out the back and the seat pops out, or you can pull out the seat and the back pops out. But they're connected, and the driver's seat comes out of the car. And I realized from this older, you know what, it's probably 2017, I had one of these, and I don't even know if I knew. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the video. I don't know if I knew that the feature seems to work really well. That actually had a moving part. But there is a lot of deco on these ones. This is not the same. This is not the same car as this, but the same kind of race car, kind of chunky thing going on with those two. I believe in my research that I found out that both of these come out in different decos. This one's not out yet, at least not here in Canada. So this one, maybe this is number one. Oh, I can find that out soon. This is number 2. I wonder if this was number 1. Hopefully I didn't miss the redeco of that. I'll have to look into that too. But let's just open up this one and compare it to the other. I don't know what we're going to do about my collection though. But I am going to show you some of my other X-Racers in a second. My favorite, even though I've done a million videos on X-Racers. So you can hardly tell, because this is so dark, that it is a translucent car. But it is, and it's cool. and we're not going to have any problems. Oh, wait. This is plastic bottom and plastic top. How does that happen? This is a really lightweight car. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I never even thought about that. It was really cool to put these three new cars into the missing spot. But I think that this one's not even an X-Racer. It's not even translucent or anything. All these other ones. Redeco of that one, redeco of that one, redeco of that one. Then they have, these are two, wait, that's a redeco of that one too. That was a pretty great series because they did redecos of every one but one. And then this adds to it, but then I've got this empty space. I think we're going to have to, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, I'm totally confused. These are the 2025 though. New ones, and I don't, like I said, I don't really like the other ones from the collection, and I don't usually, the 5-packs usually are a miss too, but let me show you. Here's a box. The X-Racers that I love. All right, well, I don't know. I guess this is an honorable mention. We'll get to that in a second. And I don't know where they are. I guess they're up here. Where'd they go? Oh, they're right here. Okay, this I think, besides, even though I'm not showing you any Mega Bloks cars, I don't know when we're going to get more Mega Bloks, but they seem to be, oh wow, are those going to stay on? This I think is my favorite Hot Wheels car collection. Again, I've done many videos on this, and these are X-Racers, but they did them with white glow in the dark features underneath. Now, there's a whole, I guess I am going to bring this over. They did do a Glow Racer series, which I always get confused. Look, you can see this is very similar to that black and white one where I said the shell comes off. So it's the same one, just in a different deco. And I think that they do often use that one as a X-Racer. And it's really cool that you can take the top off. Anyway, so these they put out, I think it's the only series of Glow Racers. And they are really cool, but you know what? They're not as cool as, because they don't have as much translucent on them. These are glow and they're translucent. I guess that's the difference, even though some of them are more translucent than others. I mean, they all have windshields and stuff. And then also in this case, see, this was the first time this duck came out. Wait, I don't know if that's true. And then recently they put out another glow duck, which they brought them back in different decos. But since I had space in this box, and I did collect all of these ducks, except they actually put one out in a deluxe truck pack. And then I guess I had an extra space to put in these drone cars, which those are the first 3 drone cars, but I think that they've been making more drone cars too. So I don't know. I'm satisfied. Yeah, I don't know if I can hunt down all of the drone cars that they've been putting out, but these are Glow Racers, very similar to these X-Racers that glow. So as far as I know, at least in modern times, in recent years, these are the only glow-in-the-dark X-Racers, and these, it's the simple deco. Oh yeah, I guess that has a lot to do with it too. The deco on it is exactly all one color, so that definitely helps. Or look at this one that's just subtle. And wait, is that the car? Is that one of the new cars? Oh, is that this car? No. There was some connection to one of the cars that I opened before. Anyway, I love these cars. This does have a connection. Here we go. So this guy right here, I love this car, and we did put this into this case, and we did talk about this last time, and we are going to have to visit this case again too. But I did notice as I was organizing these and putting them away that this car is the same car as those, so that matches. I got 3 of those, and they seem to like translucent them. Also, something I had to stop myself from. They're not calling them rescue this time. They're calling them not emergency, some kind of rescue or emergency theme. I forget what they're calling it this year. They have a different name for it. First response, I believe that's what it is. I found 4 of the 5. I don't know about redecos, but there's just the response cars. I actually have a set from a few years ago that I haven't opened. I have the full collection, and I don't think it's as cool as they make them bright. I guess that happens with rescue cars. They're just bright pops of color, so they look really kid fun, and I guess kids really love rescue cars too. Police and ambulances, and they're just bright, translucent pops of color, so I really am always drawn to them, but it's rare that I get them. Like I said, I did get a full collection. Anyway, we're going to fill in the blanks. In this case, you know what? You know what's going to happen here? Since we have this empty space from this series, and oh wow, this is going to fill in perfectly because we are getting a redeco of this, and we already have a redeco of this. So I like how this is fitting together because I have 4 empty spots, and I have to say I really do love these ones very, very much. I love to get full sets and full collections, and I don't like any of the other X-Racers in this year's collection. So okay, this is a good segue, kind of. Okay, this is what is it called? Oh, this makes a lot of sense. I love crates. Crate Racer, and it looks like this, and this is one of the ones that I put off. I said, don't get it. It's an Experimotor, but they showed, okay, I think I can remember now. I saw a preview video. It was Lamley of Mattel ones coming out, and there was a Fisher-Price Little People pull phone where the receiver moves back and forth when it drives. And then what was the other one? We talked about it last week. Oh my goodness, my old man memory is not working anymore. And then they showed another one that also had this side-by-side moving part. What was it? I can't remember. I talked about it in the last video either. I have to get both of those, and it made me, I really wanted to get this one because it reminded me so much of these two, which are newer cars that I got. I like, there's so much windshield on this, and there's so much translucent on it, and the bright 80s 90s pink color. And then even this one, again, it looks kind of like a rescue stock car. It's got a lot of deco on it, but it's in, not a lot of colors, and it's all the same. They're uniform. This one reminded me so much of this one, and I mean, I guess I thought this one was more pink and it's more purple, but I kind of liked how they looked together. But I said, don't get that one. But when I found out that it had a moving part on it, and you can see that it's all, the exhausts are all shaken there, and it does look all 80s and chunky, and yeah, having it in my hand, do I regret it? No, it's kind of cool. And it has to go in this case, but that means that something has to come out of here. And I did bring another box to go. So these are the ones that are kind of translucent. Oh, here's Here's a wrench car. That's a little bit different. I guess that can be I can be satisfied with those. But yeah, these are kind of translucent cars that yeah. So I guess what's going to happen is I'm going to take this out. I don't know what this is. I just thought it was really cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be like one of those what do you call the map photography things. I don't know what this is. It's a hologram. It's really translucent and it's bright primary colors, so that's why that goes in there. But I think that in this miscellaneous translucent car box, I think that's a good place to put that one, and I like it. This was a treasure hunt, which I really like that one too. That was so cool. So that's a treasure hunt that I opened. So I can definitely open this, but do I have a place to put it? I don't know. But that brings us to me finding this box. So I think that this is a good place to put it. I find that these ones are really old, but I don't think that they are old. I think one I found at a flea market, so I think that it's old, but maybe it's not as old as I think it is. Do these match? Yeah, they're different. They seem to make this bubble. It turns into a wand. So kind of a must-have for me, because even though I don't know how the deco is going on, bright primary colors, bright colors on it, it turns into a bubble wand. You would dip that in and blow bubbles with it, and it's also translucent, and it's spacey with this bubble shell on it. So that is a must-have. These are older race cars. I don't know when these are around. From the very does that have a moving spoiler? No. But those two, oh, they look like they're from the same series too. So just some random, when I just started collecting, and that would have been like in that box that I showed you. Where is that box? Just a really 80s translucent. These ones just have too much deco on them, or they're too busy, or they're just not, they don't spark enough joy. But these two race cars, they sparked enough joy. I think they were just chunky and hunky enough that I had to keep them. And then these are fairly new. The Jello mold cars, love those. I'll have to get every single one that they make going forward. They always have like a different fruit on the top. 70s Jello mold. And then the new sushi car. So that's in here too, and they put it out red originally, which makes the most sense, but the orange one looks pretty cool too. This might be a good place to put that fast foodie. I guess even though this one isn't translucent, that would go nicely in there. I don't know how many other fast foodies I have. I do have some. We're gonna have to look into that. But this, I guess, maybe they'll put this out in another deco. Maybe it's already been out in another deco. I'll just stick that in here. This one I might have to get rid of. I don't know what it is about it. I just like it. So let's just stick that in there. I might find some other random translucent car that I like. Alright, so alright, Mattel Anniversary. Oh, yeah. Mattel Anniversary. So it's the 80th Mattel Anniversary, so that's why there's all of these really cool cars coming out. So I know that they've done this wagon. Oh yeah, this is a problem. I have new boxes. I guess I'm not gonna do that in this because I don't have them nearby. But I have new boxes that I bought to change things up. Yeah, we've talked about this. I'm struggling. It's not too late to get all of the drone cars, and I really want to have all of the drone cars, but I think I have to satisfy with just the first three. This is a rescue car, by the way, too. That one, the first one was a rescue one, and then they put these two special. Okay. I think I'm going to have to be satisfied and not get any more drone cars. I mean, I've got the 3 best ones, the 3 first ones. But Mattel Anniversary. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, from the previews that I've seen, they're putting out, ironically, I don't know if it's ironically or not, but there's these 2 sets of cars. I find these so iconically, like, old-fashioned. I mean, it does kind of make sense. Like, this is an olden days toy. This is a modern wagon, but it's very, it's very olden days. Like, I mean, wagons. Who plays with wagons? It's 1950s. And then so is this car. And they do kind of, I think that they've anniversaried these before. So this one feels so original Mattel toys, very 1950s, 1960s. So I've always stuck those together and collected those together, and the colors line up pretty well too. So I was very excited. But now for the 80th anniversary, I think, if I'm not mistaken, both of these cars are coming out with 80s anniversary deco. Maybe not the wagon. All I know is that I know that this one is, which I'll have to get it. I hope that it's not going to be hard to get, because this is, I have all of them, and this is such a cool, like, 1950s, 60s, olden days toy car. This one, I almost didn't get this, because purple, I don't really like the color purple, but I do love collecting this wagon. Oh, this is really interesting too. 112, and I guess this is the 3rd occurrence of this, so they've numbered it. So this is an example of how I'm going to have to. I just added this one last week, or last video, to my pixel car collection. So we're gonna have to move that over, and I'm gonna have to find some other pixely cars to put those into, because we do know that there's another one of these coming, and I guess we're gonna be getting more wagons too. And so here is the purple one, and it's a Ride-On. Oh yeah, HW Ride-On. I guess I can show you. HW Ride-On. So it shows that you can put like a little Lego figure holding on to it, sitting in there. I am a fan of that. Look, they've got places where you can clip the hands on. It's kind of funny that they kind of base them on Lego and not their own mega brand, though. I find kind of bizarre, because, yeah, I think the figures that they show, except this guy, oh, I didn't bring that today. I do have those guys. Maybe you can stick them on these things. Anyway, I don't like this color. They could have made it a more primary color, or maybe we will get every color of the rainbow and then it'll be okay. But yeah, I'm gonna have to stick these in a new box together and then have those ready and do maybe some kind of Mattel anniversary. Oh, this is a good segue. Mattel anniversary collection. So until I find a place to put that, oh, these would be, oh no, I'm gonna have to put a box specifically just for these ones, maybe. Oops, 6. Oh, 6. I got 12 slots though. I don't know what's going on there. I have to reassess that collection, and we have to find a new place for those pixel cars. But okay, before we get to this one, this 8-ball car, this is the best car of the day. So I hope that I didn't bore everyone and they're gone, because this is the best car to see. But the Monster High, so an official Mattel brand. It is a Screen Time. It is. Wait, let me make sure before I open it that it is actually one that I'm missing. So just like those other ones, these ones are actually branded Mattel cars. So we have this stock car which is, I don't know, this one feels like it's the 75th anniversary, so that's 5 years ago. Time goes by so quickly, but it has all Mattel's best toy brands, which you can't see because it's too blurry, written on the stock car for the 75th. They put it out in 2 decos, so I love that. I mean, it has Masters of the Universe, Polly Pocket, Barbie, a Monster High, Uno, and many, many more of the brands. And then we've got this collection of Masters of the Universe and Barbie. This was a special collection. This is until we get the Fisher-Price phone, this is my favorite Fisher-Price. Well, even this van might still be my favorite. I cannot wait to get to the phone with the moving receiver as it rolls. That's so cool. But they've been pumping out this Monster High. This is a newer Monster High car, and they've been pumping it out. I guess these 2 Masters of the Universe ones don't belong, and I do have a Masters of the Universe bin, but it's full. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but they can't fit in this collection. So Rock'em Sock'em, Fisher-Price, Masters of the Universe, Barbie, Hot Wheels, they put those out as a deluxe collection. They were more expensive, probably $8 each in Canada, but I got them, and they're cool to have here. And then I've been putting the Monster High ones in here. So this one's really cool. Oh wait, I'm supposed to check the deco. So yeah, they just keep redecoing it in different colors. I wouldn't think that they'd be able to do it, but they did a black base on this one with a purple undercarriage. So you can see how they're all a little bit different. They all have the same deco too. It's just different colors down to the hood. So if I put these in the box recently or together, then I didn't even know that I didn't believe that this was new, because we got these 2 and then just last year, and they pump out this one so much sooner, and then they give us another redeco. I thought that I had all of these. I thought they were the same car, and they were just putting it out the same, which I think that they've been doing with the donut car. I almost bought another donut car because they put it out on the new car, but I think it's the old deco. And I think that maybe the original Taco car, I think that they've re-released that one with the exact same decal from the original in a 2-pack or something, and also in a 5-pack. So that's really confusing me that I didn't think that they did that. I think that they would always change the color. But that might help me. If they're starting to put out this, then I can get some older ones that I don't know. Anyway, I think we're going to fill in the blank with this one. Any special feature on here? No. Screen time, but we talked about we have to do more screen time. Masters of the Universe. I think I have more Masters of the Universe cars. I have it in one of these bigger cases because these Beastman, these 2, Beastman and who is Man-at-Arms, these ones are so big that they don't fit into my smaller cases. But this is these are 2000X mixed with another series. But I believe that either I have some more Masters of the Universe ones on a card, or I believe that there's some more, and I guess I definitely would have them because I collect all Masters of the Universe. But there's no room for these ones to go in here, and I don't take this Masters of the Universe van and stick it in with this Masters of the Universe collection, because this is a collection that came out together, so that's why that gets split up. And these are character based too, so that's just a generic Masters of the Universe fan, and these ones all represent different characters at different times. These don't fit in there. These don't really go. These are their own kind of entity, aren't they? Still Hot Wheels, still funny looking. But I went digging. I think it was 2017 where I started collecting Hot Wheels way too hard. And they did, and I was so excited about this, but I never opened it, and I don't know, maybe I can get some money for these on eBay, because when I'm looking at these aren't sparking joy, not as much as joy as we're getting to this. We're getting to this movable part, 8-ball car. This is one of the coolest cars. I should have started out the video saying this, but this is one of the coolest cars that they have ever made. I can't, but we are waiting. But here is the Mattel Games collection. So it was a sub-series, and this is 4 of 5. They did multicolors of like here is the Rock'em Sock'em robots. I think out of all of them, they put it on the Zombot. I love this car so much. I don't know if I've opened any of these or not, but I can have the full collection. I saw Squirrel Stampede, I think, has all of them, which is so cool. Some of them came with guns even in the beginning, but I didn't have the original ones, but I do have these ones, which are pretty old. I also have some from a robot collection, which maybe would be fine if I want to sell this as, I don't know if it's worth, my cards aren't like in pristine, but okay, so there was the Rock'em Sock'ems, there were these Uno and DOS cards, which they did this as the same number, but which I think is kind of cool. They changed out because it's basically the same card game, just, a little different. So that's kind of cool that they redecoed it to be 2 different games, which is pretty awesome. So that's cool. And I mean, it just made sense that they did the Rock'em Sock'ems as a deco. But the cars don't really mean anything. Like, this is a 32 Ford. The Zombot makes sense. That's cool. And then they had the this is just an extra Uno card on a Euro card. And then they have the what is this? This is a 55 Chevy, but they put Guster, which is a game that I don't even know. But cool. I mean, again, it's on like a classic car with weird deco. And they did a Pictionary one, and it's a 10 Pro stock. So what does it say on the back? It says 2020. So I guess these came out in 2019 or 2021. So they're newer than I think they are. I guess that was still quite a while ago. And they did a Pictionary one. Is that all 5? I guess that's all 5. And then, oh no, it's not all 5, because we'll save the best for last. Even though this, I do like, this is a Roger Dodger moving part or anything? No. But this is what they did for the 8-ball car. And on the bottoms of them, and I think that, I don't know how many they did. It would be cool if they did 8 different ones. I don't know how many different if it's called an 8-ball, there must be 8 different responses. Maybe anyway, I have 3 different ones. I don't know. I don't know how many responses are on the bottom of an 8-ball. I don't know how many of these they made of the 8-ball, but I do know that I collected 3 different ones, and I said, that's good enough. Because 3s, we talked about groups of 3s. We like groups of 3s. This is my favorite one, I guess. Again, the simplified deck. Oh no, the robots, the Zombots are definitely my favorite out of this collection. But this one, the deck was pretty cool. It's, again, they did a classic car. I guess makes sense if they're doing Mattel and you want to do, like, because it's a toy company from the 1950s. So you want to do the classic cars. But anyway, we finally get to my best find of the day. Now, I found a bin of Hot Wheels. You know how they have the the giant bins? I don't know. In Canada, they have 3 segments, and then they're really hard to get down inside because they go all the way to the floor, especially the ones in the back. But they also sometimes put them in weird places around the store because there's not room in the toy section. So I looked through the Hot Wheels cars. I just looked quickly, and then I found at the back of the toy section there was they had one of these bins, but it kind of had older cars in it, or from the last wave. And then in the very back of the store, the toy section, they had another bin, and I said, "Oh, that's where I got most of these newer cars that I opened today, like this one. These, I guess, are all from the same wave." So I decided, because I was seeing ones that I really liked, and as you could see, we opened up a lot of cars today, so I did find lots of newer ones that I was really happy to add to my collection. But there was only one of these. Like, I don't know, is this even a treasure hunt or anything? And it was at the very last bottom bin of the last one that I went through. So usually I don't. Usually I get really frustrated and say, "Oh, the old men have already gotten here. The men my age have already gotten to the display and opened it and did everything. Decidedly go, but..." But anyway, something told me to keep digging until I looked at the very last car, and this was the very last car that I found, and I was like, and in the video of the previews of stuff to come, they kept talking about the 8-ball car. And they were saying, or then I don't know if they kept saying it, but I noticed that they said in passing, I thought they were talking about this, like this, and I didn't understand the correlation. But now, talking about moving parts, this is probably, at least, I don't know, modern times, current times, this is the coolest car. And it's under Experimotors. It's number 7 from the Experimotors collection. It's the magic ball, so it's going to be easier to find. I will be buying, if I ever find another one of these, I will be buying it. But check out what they did. They put a dice, you can see it moving around, in the bottom. So you just, I don't know if it, I guess it's not doing anything while the car is rolling or anything. But when you turn it upside down, you're gonna see your fortune. I don't know if you can see the fortune. Let me see if I can see. It says, "Doubt it," and then flip it around again, and then it says, I don't know if it has as many. It says "Decidedly Good," I think. Yeah, I should have my flashlight. You know, it's the I can't read it. You know what the regular quotes are. When you hold it up flat, it shows you it flat. So they've got this multiple-sided dice in there that has the different quotes on it, and when you flip it upside down, it falls flat, and you can read it, and apparently it's different each time. They got the translucent bottom. It has the 8-ball top on this. They could do a really cool eyeball car with this. That would be, I hope that they do that. What would they stick in the bottom if they did an eyeball? They got to do an eyeball on this. Hopefully they do this in a different deco too. I'd love to see this in a solid black without the purple. I think that this is the first time that they put this out. I love how this translucent, like, this is such a cool car. I cannot believe it. I'm so happy to have one. And actually, look, it fits so, it makes me not want, like, it doesn't even compare to this one with a sticker on the bottom. I'm sure it's not a sticker. It must be painted on. But yeah, those I don't even care about anymore. Hopefully they're worth something, and I can sell them as a set, because adding this 8-ball card even to this box it seems perfect. So what a perfect collection. Great way to end the video. I don't know if the next time we will be opening up screen times. Maybe I'll find all kinds of more new cars. Or am I gonna open up treasure hunts? I have decided that I don't need those. I do need a new box for this. And I guess we're gonna put these in a box. Anyway, I'm gonna juggle the stuff around. I'll give you an update of what's going in where. Oh, I don't have to. I think in the end I decided I was gonna open up this Transformers car. I'm kind of waiting. I'm gonna think about it. I'm waiting to get the Optimus Prime, which they also put out, which probably will be really hard to find. But check this out. This is absolutely perfect. So this is a mix of other brands and properties that I've opened. In the last video, did I put this Indiana Jones motorcycle in here? Maybe I did. But this, look, we've got a place to put the Masters of the Universe ones. So let me just put, do I have this going in the wrong direction? Let's just put He-Man and Skeletor down here under the Flintstones car. There's so many that I could put in here, though. But I guess I'm going to have to start another screen time. But those definitely go very nicely in here for now. So would Bumblebee. But we're gonna have to think about that. We're gonna have to go through the screen time cars for sure. I think that's coming up soon. Look, the one box that I didn't show you. Very, very cool. All right, I had lots of fun. This video was way too long, over an hour. That really sucks. I apologize for that. I hope people stuck around to see the 8-ball car. Leave the comment 8-ball down below if you actually stayed to the end. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. So excited. Love my Hot Wheels.